Hello, everyone. This is Chip from Helping Hands Rock Reviews. We have a very special interview for you today. We're going to be chatting with Do Me Dead and Hella Dead, who are from a band on the rise called the Dead Deads. And Do Me is the guitarist and lead vocalist, and Hella is the keyboard and background vocalist. So, welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Thanks.
Cool, man. So for our readers and our listeners out there who may have never heard of the Dead Deads, can you guys share a little bit about the band, type of music you play, where you're from, and all that kind of good stuff?
Sure. Hella and I are originally from Chattanooga. We moved up to Nashville, and we joined up with a few other girls, a couple from Louisville and one from Nashville, and started playing some hard rock in a basement, and that one thing led to another, and here we are.
Sweet. Now, when most people think of Nashville, they usually don't think of, like, grungy punk rock. So, what's it like launching a punk band from Music City?
Hey, this is Hella. It's actually been very well received. It's kind of like a lot of people said it's a breath of fresh air to see some old school, going back to some of our roots, rock, and that's actually a couple of the reviews we've gotten from people that we've posted on our site, just saying they like it.
Cool. Now, certainly one very exciting thing that you guys have going on right now is that the Dead Deads have just started a tour with Halestorm. How did that come about?
This is Jimmy. I was on a plane going out to L.A., and I saw these cool, rocker kids on the plane. It was Southwest flight, so I was like, I'll just sit by them. And I don't generally talk to people when I'm on a plane, but they just looked really cool, so I struck up a conversation with them and ended up becoming friends with them. That was Joe and Lizzie. And so over a few months, we just have been friends, hanging out and stuff, and one thing led to another, and they invited us on the tour. So it was all very organic and friend-based.
Wow. So what period of time elapsed between that fateful day on the plane and now?
It was sometime in the spring, so not too long. Lizzie came out and opened for us acoustic for a show, maybe a month and a half or 2 months after we met. And so that was the first time they actually saw our band, and they just really liked it, and continued coming out to our shows, and just kind of thought, this band, we think our fans would really love this band. So
cool. So how is the tour going so far?
It is rocking. We weren't quite sure what to expect, but their fans are super gracious and just all loving and coming up to us and thanking us for being on the tour. And of course, their whole crew is great, and they're great. So it's only a few days in, and we're already feeling super at home with them and everything.
Sweet. So, what are the size of the crowds you're playing to, and how does that compare to, the size of the crowds you play to in the Nashville scene?
This tour is all theaters and ballrooms, capacities 1,000 to 2,500. So we have played festivals and things for crowds of that size, but there isn't the venue in Nashville that is that size. We've never even played there. So these are the biggest theaters, that we've ever played in. And we're playing in cities we've never played in before as well. So it's very exciting to stand backstage and take a picture of, out of the audience of people waiting to see us, and it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So let's fast forward to 2015 after this tour is over. What do you think will come about for the band as a result of touring with Halestorm, and what's next, and what would you like to have accomplished by this time next year?
Well, we just released our debut album on the first day of this tour last Tuesday. It's called Rainbow. We just released that, and so we'll be probably rocking those songs through the spring, but our musical output is very quick, and we're assuming that when we get back from tour, we'll be doing some writing and getting ready to put out put out another one at some point, probably in the summer. So basically, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We've made a lot of new friends out here on the road already. We're assuming that we're going to make a lot more and hopefully revisit some of these markets on our own and, just see where the journey takes us.
Sweet. Now, I have to step back to something we talked about a little earlier in the conversation, which, when you met Lizzie and Joe on the plane. So that was just in the spring of 2014. Did you not know who they were at that time and just kind of made a friend, unknowingly that they were a Grammy-winning artist?
Yeah, so here's what I knew. So the drummer of our band, Billy Dead, loves Halestorm, loves them, and she talks about Halestorm a lot. RJ is one of her favorite drummers, and but I did not know who they were. So, and I didn't really realize who they were until they said, I was like, so, are you playing a show out here? And they said, no, we're just writing. And I was like, oh, cool, what band are you in? And they said, Halestorm. And I said, oh, hell, okay, well, like, the drummer of my band loves you guys. So, but no, I did not know. I did not realize who I was sitting beside.
That just makes it that much of a cooler story, though.
Yeah. No, I wasn't being a creeper.
So, all right, one last question for you today. Helping Hands Rock Reviews is all about promoting charities and so forth. So is there a particular charity that is close to the heart of the Deads, and anyone you want to give a shout-out to from a charity perspective?
Yeah, absolutely.
We love to support Big Brothers Big Sisters, and it just touches our heart because they make such a difference for kids. And so that's definitely one that we love being involved with and helping get donations for. It takes $1,000 to sponsor one kid for a year, so it's not a lot in the scheme of things, but it definitely makes you think about, what difference that can make for a kid.
We also try to spread the word about an organization called Rock Your Speech, which is helping support arts for kids with autism and using arts and music to help them learn how to communicate better. And so you can check out. That's a very small charity that's just being started up by Tom Peterson and his wife of Cheap Trick. They have an autistic son, and so we try to spread the word about that as well and help get support for them.
That is awesome. We love to hear about anyone in general supporting charities, but specifically rockers. So, kudos to you guys for that. And best of luck with the rest of the tour with Halestorm and everything else that follows it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Well, there you have it, guys. Do Me Dead, Hella Dead from the Deads. And be sure to look them up on social media and check them out if they come to your town. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Helping Hands Rock Reviews show, and we'll talk to you again on a future episode.